It is almost 5:40 and new for you this morning, efforts to lower the cost of college. This is the goal of a brand new bill, and it is making its way through Congress.
So supporters say it would cost borrowers less over the long run, but not everyone agrees. Let's bring in ABC 15's Amelia Fabiano diving deeper into this one for us. And Amelia, the session just started, so where do things stand right now?
Right, Nick and Kaylee, we just saw the beginning of a new Republican-led era in Congress this past week, and there's hope among some Republicans that the College Cost Reduction Act is something that gets taken on this legislative session and is something that is eventually passed. Now, this is a proposal that was actually brought up around this time last year by North Carolina Republican Virginia Foxx. It didn't make it through, obviously, that session, but now with Republicans leading both chambers narrowly, but also with a Republican president back in the White House, there's a chance at least some of this passes. Now, the bill is very lengthy. There's a lot to it. It aims overall to significantly change education loan borrowing for students and parents. The Congressional Budget Office estimates the bill could save almost $186 billion over the course of a decade by getting rid of things like income-driven repayment plans and PLUS loans, as well as lower student loan borrowing options in general. One expert with Scholarship Owl tells me it would prevent capitalizing on interest so that you wouldn't pay more in principal interest than you'd pay under the 10-year plan. The bill also suggests doubling the Pell Grant maximum for juniors and seniors meeting graduation requirements and who've chosen degrees with a high return on investment. So think sciences and technology, engineering. The expert I spoke to says there's also a risk-sharing component here, meaning colleges and universities could be on the line, too, if students can't repay their loans.
For students that do not complete payment of their federal loans, in other words, if they default on their federal loans, the colleges would be partially financially responsible to pay for that through a penalty. I know colleges won't like that. They won't feel it's fair. And there are a lot of businesses and everyday people that would question the fairness of that. But at the same time, there is a positive side to that. And that gets the colleges really thinking about what are they doing when students are moving through their program? How are they helping them to secure internships and first jobs?
Right. Some critics, of course, argue that, though, in saying the colleges could then try and pass those costs on to students and borrowers and try and sort of cushion for that risk potential there. And critics are also saying this could hurt students' options with higher education in general, making fewer options available with certain loans through the federal government or even more restrictions added onto them. So there's a lot of pushback on this as well. But, of course, the issue of the cost of higher education is one that is bipartisan, and a lot of people agree something needs to be done. So we'll, of course, be keeping an eye on this bill in particular and see what both sides are saying, what parts make it through, what parts make it don't, and I'll be sure to keep tabs on it and update you on what happens. Reporting live in Tempe this morning, Amelia Fabiano, ABC 15 Arizona. Back to you guys in studio.
Yeah, and Amelia, glad you're doing this deep dive here because, I mean, there's just so many caveats. And you and I were just talking, we had student loans for a long time. Hundreds of thousands of people across Arizona do.
Yep. And with this AI thing, right, a lot of people are really wondering about the future. It's so true. It is 5:43, Amelia. Thank you very much for that. ABC